Hi everyone, it's Gary here with your Bluenose Bulletin for Friday the 23rd of August. A very warm welcome to the Fourth Officials YouTube channel. Busy show for you for today. Lots of breaking transfer news in and out of the club, and we've got a game tomorrow, Ross County coming to Hampden. More on that later. But the big news this morning was renowned journalist Fabrizio Romano breaking this morning that Rangers have had a bid for the Almeria Brazilian defender Keke rejected. Now, according to Fabrizio, the offer was for €750,000. With an option to buy for €7 million with a 30% sell-on fee. Now, Almeria have rejected that move, and it remains to be seen whether or not Rangers will return to the negotiating table for the 20-year-old central defender. Now, what does that mean? Well, what it does suggest is that Rangers are very confident, I think, of moving some players out, and I think it's going to be a very active 7 days before the transfer window shuts next Friday. Certainly looking that Rangers are looking to bring in players in multiple positions. We've seen this week links with wingers. Josep Precelo of Fiorentina was on the bench last night for their Europa League qualifier. So whether or not he's a deal that can get done or not. And also a double deal linked with a couple of players from Benfica, Gouveia, and central midfielder as well. So certainly Rangers looking to bring in players in positions that we well know are problem positions, like centre-back. We all were delighted to see Robin Proper come in, but potentially another move to get done there, especially if we can move Ben Davies out. And I'm hearing that there is some interest in Ben Davies from the English Championship. The biggest problem with Ben Davies and will always be the fact that he is on quite a significant wage at Rangers, and I think there's going to need to be a bit of negotiation with that in order to facilitate a move for Ben Davies to leave Ibrox. There's certainly a few players in that boat, and another one is Rabbi Matondo and John Eustace. The Blackburn Rovers manager last night stated that Rabbi Matondo is a player of interest. We've seen reports linking Rabbi Matondo with a move to the English Championship over the course of the last 48 hours or so. It's my understanding that Leeds are not in the market for Matondo, but Blackburn very much have him on a list of players that they are looking to do business for. And obviously, they lost Sami Smudgic, who was their top goal scorer last season, who signed for Ipswich in the Premiership at the tail end of last week. So a bit of money floating about at Blackburn, but again, I think Rabbi's wages may well be a deterrent, and Rangers might have to do a bit of a deal there to get Matondo out of the team. Another one like that is, of course, Yanis Hagi, and our friends over at Heart and Hand yesterday were reporting that talks are ongoing with the remaining club Rapid Bucharest regarding Yanis Hagi returning back to Romania. They obviously recently changed their manager with Neil Lennon departing after just 6 games, but Rapid Bucharest have got some money to spend following Albion Rahmani's move to Sparta Prague. Obviously, Rahmani was a player who had interested Rangers earlier on in the transfer window, but our inability to get a striker out, certainly Cyril Dessers, paid to us probably bringing in a striker during this window. We obviously saw Cyril Dessers' reports regarding a rejection of a move to the MLS, with Atlanta United having agreed a deal with Rangers in the region of around about €6 million. But at this stage, Cyril Dessers did not want to go to the MLS. There was reports linking Dessers last night with Cagliari in Serie A, but not quite sure if there's too much in that at this stage, and we'll certainly keep you posted on that. But Cyril Dessers very much is a first-team pick for Rangers at the moment, and should he get an offer in the next 7 days to move out, that would certainly need replaced quite quickly. So we'll watch with interest in terms of what happens with that one. Tomorrow sees Ross County come to Hampden and what is looking likely to possibly be Rangers' final league game to be played at the National Stadium in this kind of temporary accommodation set up whilst the works in the Copeland Road stand continue. Now, all across social media yesterday, you will have seen some images regarding seating now starting to be placed in the upper tier of the Copeland stand. So that's certainly showing that there's progression with regards to those works. And the crane has left the pitch. And I think that's the bit that got us all quite excited. And Rangers yesterday sent out a teaser regarding the Dundee Premier Sports Cup quarter-final, which is due to be played the weekend of the 21st of September, 5:30 kickoff for that one at a venue to be confirmed. So Rangers very much hoping that that one may well be possible to be played at Ibrox. We'll see how that progress goes over the next couple of weeks, but possibly have Hampden in the back pocket for that one with a view to the Hibs game in the league the following weekend to possibly be our first game back at Ibrox. Although I think if they can play the Dundee game there as well, that will certainly help in terms of ticket sales for that one. We all saw how empty Hampden was for the St Johnstone game last weekend. So getting back home at Ibrox, I think, is going to be massively important in terms of getting a bit of a feel-good factor in and around the club. Hopefully some new faces over the course of the next 7 days. And we will keep you all up to date in terms of those comings and goings right here on the YouTube channel. In terms of the Ross County game tomorrow, no injury news as of yet. Dujon Sterling certainly expected to be involved in this one. We saw Hamza Igaman involved in some pictures, involved at training. Whether or not he's involved in the squad, we will wait to see. Also, Oscar Cortez back training on the grass, but I think tomorrow will certainly come too quickly for him to be involved in that one. So I would expect a similar squad to the St Johnstone game last weekend for this one. No news regarding whether or not Robin Proper is fit or not for that one. The manager did say in the aftermath of the St Johnstone game that he expected it to be a short layoff and that he didn't expect it probably have to be out for a significant amount of time. Whether that means Ben Davies continues alongside John Suter at the back tomorrow or not, we'll wait and see. A press conference is due later on today. And stay tuned to all the club channels for that one. Full coverage of the Ross County game will be here on the Fourth Official's Patreon channel over the course of the weekend. And we also had a really interesting chat with Scott Bradley from the Gersnet platform regarding James Tavernier. That went live on our Patreon network during the week. So if you've not yet had the chance to join us on Patreon, you can get us patreon.com/the4thofficial. The link is on the scroll bar at the bottom. That will do us for this Bluenose Bulletin, folks. A big thank you to you for joining us. We'll speak to you next time. Enjoy your weekend.